Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be looking at the Munsters, more specifically Butch Patrick and the role he played as Eddie Munster. Not what he necessarily did on screen, but what happened off screen, and a little bit of a secret that he had, and I think you will absolutely enjoy it, especially if you're a fan of him, fan of the show. Either or, I think you'll enjoy this little fact. Don't forget to browse my channel. I have over 1,000 videos in it with many different topics ranging from TV shows to aviation. So go ahead and take a look. I think you'll enjoy it. Now, before I get into the Butch Patrick secret fact that I want to share with you, I do want to tell you a little bit about the show in itself in regards to production. Where was it filmed? Where was the Munsters show filmed? And what I'm talking about is the interior shots of inside the house, the kitchen, the living room, upstairs, all of those areas. Well, it was filmed in Universal Studios Hollywood, which is in Universal City, the state of California. Now, it originally started in Soundstage number 7. However, because of many different reasons, including that being not the greatest soundstage in terms of upkeep, it wasn't up to par to do what they wanted to do with the show. They kind of needed to expand. So they later moved on to another stage. This was Soundstage 32. It was new at the time, and they had the huge, massive living room set, the kitchen, Grandpa's dungeon, laboratory. They were all there. Now, I thought that one of the best things to do was actually show you what I'm talking about, so I'm not just saying certain words without you visualizing what is going on here. So I pulled up a Google Maps view of the theme park itself. If you're not familiar, this is a very popular ride, Waterworld, and this is the bulk of the park. This is the top lot. Then we go to the bottom lot. You go down these escalating steps, or these escalators. There's 3 sets of them, and you go to the lower lot, and it includes this area, Transformers ride, Revenge of the Mummy. Now keep this Transformers the ride 3D in mind, because I will come back to it. If we move over here to the side, you will see these particular buildings. This large rectangular one, you have 3 in a row here, and this one, which is almost completely square, and then this one right here. I really want to point this out because I'm going to move to another shot right now. And from that, guys and gals, we move to this shot. This is the rectangular building I was talking about. We have the 2 up here, as well as these 2 and these 3 in a row. So this is the same area. The circular numbers are the soundstage numbers. So you notice you have stage 1, you have 3, 4, and there's some numbers missing. That's because throughout the course, some were torn down, they build up different things. So if you notice, this would be the logical place for Soundstage 7. And to the best of my guess, it was really hard to find information, but this is the most likely guess of where Soundstage 7 was. So this was the first real location of where the Munsters was filmed. If I go back to this, you will see that this is the exact location right here, probably this area right over here. And we can go back, and if you want to pause the video, you can see, but you can see that these are basically the same. And I want to move back to the map over here, and we go back to this Transformers ride. Why is this important? This is a ride that you can go on the theme park. It's about the Transformers movie, but why I'm highlighting it is this is the most likely location of Soundstage 32. Now you see here 32, 32, 82, 3271, 3243, this whole area. And you will see 32 all throughout this. This is what it was believed to be Soundstage 32. It used to be used as kind of a sound effects show that you can go to at the theme park, but then later it was torn down and you have this massive stage that was here. So it's no longer there, but this is the actual position. And if you go over here, you can see what this was. I still remember actually going to the original stage, which is pretty awesome in and of itself. Now from here, the Transformer stage here, we move to the right, and we're gonna go down a little bit, and we're gonna go to this area over here where we see the Psycho Pass, the Bates Motel, and there is actually the Psycho House. You can go visit this if you go to the theme park, the studio tour. And then you'll see the street Steven Spielberg and a couple homes down in this area. And this leads directly to my point about Butch Patrick. We're gonna come back to this map. Now from here, the Transformers ride, we can move on to this area where we see the exterior. This is the exterior of the actual Munsters house. Now this is a zoomed in view of the house. Now this is the original house, but of course it was repainted and repurposed. to basically stand in for other shows, amongst them Desperate Housewives. And so Butch Patrick would have been here all the time in this area. You can even see some kids here doing filming. I just want to give you an idea of what this looks like. Again, if you're a fan of Desperate Housewives, you notice this home, but this is the Munsters house in and of itself. Now, the reason why I talked about all that and show you all those maps is so you can orient yourself to the situation and what is happening, because I'm going to get into the secret of Butch Patrick and his childhood, which I think is amazing. I'm kind of jealous of him. I wish I could have done all the things that he did, amongst them this. And that is that sometimes Al Lewis and him would head outside the soundstage on a sunny day and toss around a baseball together. Now, they had a frisbee tournament as well with some of the other cast members, and Butch Patrick even said that he had a lot of fun on the backlot. Remember, the Munsters show was very unlike the I Love Lucy show, let's say. Well, that show was pretty much shot in the course of an hour from beginning to end, whereas the Munsters was shot more like a movie, different scenes during the course of a week, and there would be downtime for the actors, and sometimes they wouldn't even need to be on set. So Butch Patrick, being a child, would wander around the back lot many times. He says that he spent a lot of time in the makeup department, but he had a lot of free time in which he would spend time inside the lab. He would make rubber masks with a lot of the crew members. He would design new stuff. And he was like a kid in a candy store. He would go all over the different sets of different movies. And his favorite one was the Psycho House. He scaled the hill of the Psycho House, which is still there. You can go see it on the studio tour. And he explored the shell of the Psycho House that sits atop the little Universal backlot bluff. He wandered everywhere and he would go here. Think about that, just Butch Patrick being in front of the Psycho House, and how amazing that would be in and of itself. Now, although the Psycho's house, which is right over here, I'll show it to you in a little bit, and I'll zoom out, is quite a distance from the sound stages, mainly this one over here, which is the Transformers ride. He would just go around the back lot along these streets, head over here to the Munster house. But when they do exterior shots, look how close. He would just wander off to this street, go up Janet Lee Drive, and head over here to the Psycho house. And here it is, the Munsters house, just a bit of a stone throws away from the Psycho house. Now, thank you so much for watching this video, guys and gals. I do hope that you appreciate it and that you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time, and don't forget to stay positive and, most importantly, be hopeful.